Let's welcome to the stage Ryan Leach.
Hi, my name is Paul. I didn't think I'd get called, so I didn't think about wearing this shirt. Anyway, so I'm not a big adventurer person. I've never looked at a mountain and said, "Ooh, I should climb that." That's not something I do. One time somebody asked me if I'd ever want to be in a hot air balloon, and I said, "Well, if God wanted me to hang from a balloon, he would have made me a string and sold me at a carnival." But I try because we have to work past our limitations. So when the opportunity to zip line through the trees of Puerto Vallarta became available to me, I said, we got to do it. And I also didn't want to embarrass my boyfriend because he's a big adventurer. So I said, let's do it. So that morning as we're getting dressed, I walked out of the bathroom and I had a neon tank top on, and he said, "Is that so when you fall off the zip line, we can find your body at the bottom of the ravine?" And I said, "Yes," because he knows me. One of our travel companions was a guy named Bill, and Bill is the type of guy that wears the opposite of me. He has a GoPro on his helmet. He has a shirt that says, "I don't have a bucket list, I have a fuck it list." So if you ever wanted to know who buys those shirts, I travel with them. And so there's 14 zips, and they get higher to the 7th is the highest. So we start out, and for some reason, Bill and I are in the same group. So we're either before or after each other. And Bill, wants to get on first, his GoPro's on, and he is I don't even need the safety tether. I want to go backwards, zip me along. And I'm go for it. They put me on, and I'm do we have more tethers? Is there something that can slow down? And there's 1,000 rules about how you're supposed to land and not break your ankle or somebody else's ankle. And I'm oh, I can't deal with this. So anyway, Bill zips along, and then I'm behind him, and I'm just focused on the other end. I'm not looking at anything, and I see Bill losing his mind on the other side. He's having so much fun. I'm just get me off this thing. So as we're going up, my nerves kind of calm, and then finally we get to the top one. It's the longest one. It's the highest one. And I'm zipping along first, and I go out there, and I said, "Ryan, you have got to open your eyes. You've got to look. You've got to look. You got to look to the side." So I open my eyes, and I look to the side, and I see the Mexican sky, and it is gorgeous. And I turn my head, and I look over here, and I see the treetops, and it's gorgeous. And then I look down, and I see the ravine, and my brain goes, "What the fuck are we doing up here?" And we finally zip to the end, and I get off, and I'm a little worn out, and we have 7 more of these, but they're descending from there. And I'm sitting down, my heart is beating, and Bill comes down in his GoPro, and he gets off, and he gets in my face. He's "Don't you love the adventure? Tell the GoPro." And I'm I am gonna push you off this mountain without a tether if you do not get out of my face. So stick that in your GoPro, Bill. So we descend back down 7, and it's getting easier for me because we're getting closer to the ground. And I was started to enjoy the view a little bit more, but the best view was on that last one. We're about 20 feet off the ground, and I saw the end, and I could finally check this thing off my bucket list.
Ryan